Karnstein armlets are the one exotic I kind of overlooked from all the exotic changes, but it is honestly a really good pick for Warlock for survivability's sake. It is especially good as an option for the new dungeon if you want something safe and simple for attempting solo flawless. And before you say it, I know some racers are better, but I've seen some people say they struggle being able to keep their restoration while using them, and this provides a safer and quite easier option to keep it up at all times. Now, before we get into the build, if you do enjoy the content, a like and sub would be greatly appreciated. We are nearly at 900 now and getting so close to 1,000 before the end of the year. So, the build's whole focus is on giving a safe and effective way to provide easy restoration that can be kept up 24/7, focusing around the exotic Karnstein armlets, which on melee and finisher final blows give ×3 cure and provide restoration. Regular melee final blows grant ×1 restoration and finishers grant ×2 restoration. So it's safe to say, you want to get a finisher for the best benefit. Add that in with the Fragment Ember of Empyrean, and solar weapon final blows and ability final blows can keep that buff up forever. The other fragments used in this build are Ember of Singeing to grant 300% increased class ability regen on scorching enemies, Ember of Searing for melee energy on scorched kills, and lastly Ember of Ashes for increased scorch stacks. The aspects used for the build are Icarus Dash for movement, and Touch of Flame to give my grenades enhanced functionality. Now the abilities I'm using are Phoenix Dive for extra heals, Snap Melee, which is my preferred melee especially since you can snap skate with it, and a Solar Grenade because it is the longest lasting grenade which will keep Revitalizing Blast up longer on bosses. The main weapon I'm using with this build is Sunshot, which needs no explanation. It's already so good, and with some of the artifact mods it becomes even stronger. The other two slots you can really see fit. If you did want to use an exotic in another slot, however, some other weapons I recommend are Zali's Bane, Callous Mini Tool, and Tyranny of Heaven. Honorable mention as well to Apocal Integration if you don't have any of those other options. Now the mods for this build really aren't that important, honestly, since the build isn't focused on ability spam. Even the melee kills to apply restoration only require a basic melee, so change them around how you prefer. Like I prefer using double heavy ammo finder and some stuff to either like apply healing, or maybe when I use my Phoenix Dive, just get my melee back so I can apply ignitions more often, but do whatever you see fit. The artifact mods to use with this build are going to be Kindling Trigger for Scorch on hits while Radiant, Flint Striker for Radiant on rapid precision hits, Torch for a 5% damage boost while Radiant and hitting an enemy applied with a Strand or Stasis debuff, Wished into Being to help get super faster, Revitalizing Blast for a 15% debuff to bosses from solar abilities, Raise of Precision for ignitions on precision final blows while Radiant, and then either Solar Operative or Argent Ordnance, depending on what you're doing. This build is honestly really good since it provides a good consistent way to get healing pretty much 24/7 without requiring any extra steps. All you need to do is just get a melee kill or a finisher. And while I do think Sunbracers are the better option for Solar Flawless, especially for me because I like to do swap loadouts using that and then Apotheosis Veil, I think those two are really great together. But if you just want kind of something simple, straightforward, this build would do just fine, and honestly it can provide to be easier for most players. Anyway though, thank you guys for watching, see you in the next one. Peace!